Hi, this is Sherry. I'm coming at you from Canyon Lake, but today I'm coming from my suite. The weather's kind of threatening to rain right now, and I decided that it was time to take you into my place and do a reading in here. I fought it all day long, and I thought, no, there's some things I need to show you here while we're inside. So what I'm going to do is, first of all, I'm going to show you the deck that I'm going to be working with. I always have an animal totem that I need. I know I need to work with, and I told you last week that I would be given, the night before, the animal totem that I was supposed to work with, and I was. So last night I knew that it was the cat, and when I reawakened, or whatever you want to say, 7 years ago. Actually, it's more than 7 years ago now. The animal totem that came to me that I understood was my main totem was the red hawk, because the red hawk is the messenger. And that was my main totem to work with then. But I came into this world as the cat. I've always been the cat. I've always had an affinity with cats. They've been around me my whole life. I've got a cat tattoo on my body. So the cat has definitely always been me. So I was going to just speak with you about the cat. And it came to me more specifically than the cat. I was to choose a specific cat, because there's so many. When you speak of cat totem, you think of, for me, I think of boundaries. I think of agility. I think of being able to land on their 2 feet. I think of boundaries. Cats have boundaries. It's about respecting other people's boundaries. So I was thinking about all these different aspects of cat totem, and I recognized that it wasn't just the cat that I was supposed to speak on. So I was given something specific. And it's interesting because it's come to me for quite a while. And I knew that it was connected with me and my higher self and my twin soul, who was the Black Panther. So the Black Panther is the definitely the power animal in my life at this time. It feels to me that in my highest power. This is a brand new year, and it's a year of transition. Last year was a lot of work. There's a lot of deep diving down deep. We've had a lot of the cormorant totems, diving deep into our emotional waters. And this year, for me, I've stepped into my power as my Black Panther, and it's like it's come back. So the Black Panther is what I'm going to speak to you guys about, and I'm going to show you. This is where I work. This is the deck that we're going to be using today, the Faery Oracle. That's what we're going to be working with. This is where I work. I sit outside here, and I'm able to see the animal totems. This is my room. I'm letting you see. I live in a suite by choice. This is how I've chosen to live. It works for me, and it's very efficient, and it allows me to travel. And I've got a lot in here. It's quite cluttered. My daughter says, "Mom, you've got so much stuff." I've got all of my, there's so many messages in here. I think I've shown you some things before, but I'm going to show you again. But today, what I want to point out to you is, people ask me all the time, how do you know who your power animal is? Or how do you know? And the thing is, we have so many power animals. They come to us when we need them. I'm constantly, and as I grow and as I learn, more and more of the power animals come to me. Like I said, the red hawk came, and then this one comes, and a lot of them, once they come to you, they become your permanent totems, and they stay with you. But you'll find that you have always had your power animals around you, especially your main power animal. And when I was a little girl, I'm getting kind of emotional because this is like a rebirth for me, recognizing that this power animal that I had been thinking was my twin soul is me. Which makes sense, because your twin soul is the mirror reflection of you. And I've had this specific totem with me my whole life, and I'll show you. Do you remember these? I don't know how old you guys are, but when I was a little girl, this is what I first was drawn to. The Black Panther. And you see, this Black Panther's been smashed. I broke it several times, and I re-glued it. And that's me. Every time I've been broken, I've been glued back together, and this is strong. All of us are broken. I don't care what anybody says. We're all broken. But we can emerge powerful again. So what I'm going to show you is that's been sitting here along with, my Lakshmi and my Happy Buddha and my Ganesh, the obstacle remover. And we spoke about this. This is another thing I want to pop in and speak to you about. We spoke about how here's the praying Buddha, the peaceful Buddha. But notice the Buddha has a sword, because this is a peaceful warrior, but it's still a warrior. Nonetheless, I have a very special stone from Sedona. It's crystals, in a heart. So it's like the heart has crystallized. It's very strong. There's so many meanings to me. The horse is a symbol of freedom and forward movement, and has been coming forward very, very strong to me as well lately. This was my mother's. And then there's like everything has a special meaning. This is a twin soul stone. It's a self. Most crystals need another crystal to charge from, but this has two halves of in one. It's two in one. This is a soulmate stone, so it's very important to me as well. My pendulum that I use, all my different decks that I work with. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you, and I'm going to actually be reciting, because it's not possible for me to remember as much as I want to show you. But here's my Black Panther, and as you look at this Black Panther, I want you to listen and see what comes to you. All right, so the Black Panther, perhaps the greatest mysticism is associated with it. It's the symbol for the life and the power of the night, but it's also a symbol of darkness, death, and rebirth from darkness. And remember, I told you it's a time of rebirth. So the Black Panther, it reigns in the north, with winter being its season of greatest power. And the Black Panther it's after all, it's feminine, which is interesting to me. I've just now recognized, like I said, this is me. This is the feminine. She is the warrior. She is the child, the virgin, the seductress, the warrior-ess. All of her beautiful aspects. And as a totem, the Black Panther awakens the inner passions, which can often manifest in expressions of baser powers and instincts. It also reflects the awakening of the Kundalini, and signaling not a time of this is not just a time of coming into one's own power, but recognizing and claiming their true power, which is why I'm saying this is the year. This is the year of integration. This is the year of forward movement and strength. This is the power coming in. The Black Panther signals a time of rebirth after a time of suffering and death on some level. So I have definitely gone through this. Many of us have probably had something like this happening in our lives at this point. We've gone through a death of the old, and now this implies that an old issue in your life may finally begin to be resolved. So there's something that you've been struggling with. Definitely for me, I've definitely recognized what it is. But it signals a time of imminent awakening as well. This is reawakening and recognizing things. The death, the rebirth. Now we are the phoenix. The Black Panther is the dark mother. She is the spirit of the moonless night. They call her the crone at the crossroads. The crossroads are at a time in your life. You're at a crossroads. That's the Lover's card. I put that up this morning. I'm not sure if you understand what it means. But the Lover's card isn't necessarily about lover upon lover. The Lover's card speaks about you're at a time of a crossroads. You're at a time in your life where you're going to make a change. You're going to move forward this way, or you're going to continue moving in the direction that you were before. So it's definitely a time of forward movement. So here we are. And the Panther, that's what she is. She is the spirit of the crossroads, of our subconscious, of our innermost hidden selves. She shows us how to be bold and fierce and unashamed of what lies at our deepest levels. So many times women are afraid to step into their power. I put a picture up today on my Facebook, and I wonder how the men will take it. I think it's interesting. But it's me stepping into my power and recognizing there's nothing wrong with being a strong, powerful woman. And I want to tell you women out there, there's nothing wrong with being strong and powerful. There's everything right about that. That's stepping into your goddess energy. Goddess energy is your birthright. That's who you are. This is your reawakening to remember who you are. So don't be afraid of or dumbing yourself down or trying to be less than somebody, because a powerful man will never be threatened by a powerful woman. We draw to us who we are. So step into your power. So this is the Panther telling you. She's teaching you to dig down and explore this inner realm. She tells you to be bold and fierce and unafraid of everything beneath us. She helps us to use our darkness to our benefit instead of letting it be neglected and buried where we've been taught in religion and by man to put yourself down. I'm not a women's libber. That's not what this is about. This is just about claiming your power. We all have this power that we are supposed to reawaken and remember who we are and step into this energy. So here she is. She's the symbol of awakening on a heroic path. And when the Panther enters your life, your path back is on the brink of return. So as I said, we are at the Phoenix level. Usually the ones with Black Panther as a totem, there's already either existing or soon will exist upon their life an individual who's going to step in and serve as a teacher, as a mentor, but as well as a nurturer and a guide upon the heroic path. So, as I said, you draw to you who you are. So when you are at this panther level, you draw to you. There will be someone coming into your life that is like you. And this is somebody that can teach you to grow higher and work with your strength. Or this is somebody that's a partner for you, that's working on the same level as your power. You're both going to be the Black Panther. They symbolize alternative realities that exist around us and the increasing ability that we all have to view them. So also it's talking about alternate realities that are going to begin to open up to the ones with the Black Panther totem. Alternate realities and the beings within them, which is spirit, and the energy with the Black Panther, the strong ties to the sexual energies. Now, this is deep. Sexual energy, you think about your sacral chakra, and your sacral chakra is the seat of your sexual power. Sacred sexual energy is your strongest spiritual power. That's where you manifest. That's where you create. That's where the drawing of the twin souls and the twin flames coming back together, they're in their highest power. And this sexual energy, it's not about sex. It's not about procreating. It's about awakening your kundalini and the sexual energy, which is your highest form of power to connect you to spirit. This is what we're speaking about here. So don't be confused about sex. But also at this time, this might be a time that you're going to be resolving old sexual issues. It might be a time to reflect upon these energies as the true seat of your power. So it's speaking about using your sexual energy in a powerful, productive way. There's nothing wrong with being sexual. There's nothing wrong with sex. There's so many of us have had things happen in our lives that have made us afraid of sex. Women afraid of their bodies. Men who've been abused and they don't know how to use their power appropriately. So it's speaking about stepping into your power and using your sexual energy, and the sexual energy that's going to come with you and the mate in your twin. For the ones of us who are connecting with our twin souls, some of us will connect with our twin souls on a physical level, but some of us are connecting with our twin souls on a spiritual level. It's just the merging of our both sides of ourselves coming back together and becoming strong and whole. So let me see. Hold on. What else do I have? I've got so much information. It's hard for me to. I don't want you to just sit here and look at me while I'm trying to stumble around and figure out what I have to share with you. So what they're saying is, we need to transform this sexual energy, and we need to direct it consciously, because as I said, it's the seat of our power. This sexual energy. And it's showing you that a time of opportunities that's going to become. It talks about twice born, so it's like a rebirth. As I said, the phoenix rising. It speaks about aspects of ourselves that have been painted over or covered up or forgotten. Like I said, there are things that we felt were wrong about us. I was raised as one of Jehovah's Witnesses, and I was taught to be humble, and I was taught to be in subjection to my husband, and that's how we were raised. Women are to be in subjection to their husband. And in a way, what we start to believe is that it's wrong for women to be strong and powerful and speak out, but it's not. It's not. It's very healthy, and it's who we are. We're the nurturers. We're the mothers. We're there to nurture this planet. This planet needs love. This planet has been ruled by man's thought of war for thousands and thousands of years, and what has it done? It's destroyed our planet. So now it's the time for coming back in the goddess energy. It's the goddess energy. It's not just speaking about women. It's speaking about men and women. We both have this female aspect, this nurturing goddess energy in us. So it's talking about embracing this goddess energy to save our planet. And to step into this power. Don't be fearing your sexual energy. So your sexual energy can be showing itself in a sexual manner. That's who you are. Step into who you are and what you have, and use it in a productive way. Use that sexual energy in a positive way to help this planet. I'm going to let you look back at the beautiful panther. I love this panther. Notice I have a lion here as well. I've got the cat all around me. I've got the cat. She's always been around me. I've got over there on my table, I'll take you over in a while. My daughter painted that, and it's funny, I was Bastet, the goddess, a couple years ago at Halloween. It's just amazing how our totems are always around us. But this panther energy, when it starts to come back, this energy that's been covered over, it's going to come back after a time that we've suffered the loss of something that we love the most. That's generally when it happens. It's happened to me. I've suffered the loss of someone I love the most. I thought, I've never loved anyone the way I love never loved this way before. And I recognized that it was about losing that and mourning that loss and recognizing it was coming back to myself and loving myself as much as I loved that person. So this is when this energy steps forward. You have to use this ability and this desire to bring yourself back and have the mastery over all of the dimensions and the mastery of yourself. You know, in mythology and the scriptures, the panther has been found in all parts of the world as a dynamic totem. It's been the symbol of Argos of 1,000 eyes. He guarded Hafer, who was loved by Zeus. After his death, the eyes were transferred to the feathers of the peacock. The panther always brings in guardian energy to the ones that it comes to. So see, the peacock, that's the rebirth, because when you look at the peacock most resembles the phoenix. So this is a rebirth. It all goes together. It also is associated with Bacchus and Dionysus. One story talks about how Bacchus was nursed by the panther, and he's sometimes depicted on riding a chariot drawn by them. The myths and stories of Dionysus are very symbolic. He is to many a symbol of unleashing desires, and so the awakening of the Kundalini forces, as we spoke about. He, the power, symbolizes a time of moving from a mere existence to a life without poles or barriers. This is about breaking through your barriers. This is about stepping into your power. This is about claiming who you are so that you're able to manifest and be the divine being that we were born here to become. And remember. So the panther, in Dionysus' manner, awakens the unconscious urges and the abilities that have been closed down. It's the time of reawakening. It's the time of rebirth. The panther is a symbol of awakening to the heroic. The heroic. They speak about the Greeks, born from the union of the gods and mortals. I mean, there's all these stories, heroic stories, these mythological stories. There's always a promise of love and light to lead you back from this dark side. So when the panther enters your life, it's leading you back on the path. This path that you're coming back. This rebirth, it's beginning now. You're stepping back into your path. So this Dionysus, he had to overcome many years of wandering, plundering, madness, destruction, and suffering before he could take his place within the heavens. His is the lesson of overcoming negative tendencies and sufferings inflicted upon ourselves, by ourselves, or by others, in order to step back into our divine power. His story is that we are gods and goddesses in the making. So it's the truth. It's the truth. We've done this to ourselves. We have put ourselves down. We have put ourselves beneath people. We have made ourselves less than we actually are. There's nothing wrong with recognizing your power. There's everything right about recognizing the power within you, because we're here to lift each other up and to grow and to heal one another. And we can't do that if we're weak. We can't do that if we're in a victim mode. We need to step into our power and remember who we are. Oh, I get this. It's just awakening in me so strong. You know, in the lives with the power panther totem, there's already existing or soon will arrive upon the scene this teacher. So this teacher is coming, this one that's going to teach us, and we're going to and maybe it is us. Maybe that we have learned this God of life and rebirth and passion and resurrection. All of this, it's coming to us. We need this. A symbol of power that's reclaimed from whatever darkness our life has buried it with. The promise that whatever's lost is going to be replaced by that which is greater, stronger, and more beneficial. Everything that we're speaking about, it's a rebirth, it's a renewal. It's coming back to life. It's coming back to who we are. So that's what's happening. We spoke about it last week. We spoke about this rebirth that's happening. We spoke about the phoenix being reborn. We spoke about an aspect of ourselves that we've been going through this difficult time, and here it is. Now we're upon this time. So how will I do this with you guys? I'm going to, I guess I'll just sit here. I like to have you guys look around at other things other than me. Maybe I can walk around my room and show you the different things that come forward. Okay, let's see. The first message that we have. How am I gonna? I don't really want you to see my closet. I have an open closet. It's strange. It's kind of like like I live in a like I live in a storefront or something. Okay, so the first message that we get is the golden gift. We've had her before. I hope this isn't shining incorrectly. And it's talking about magical help being on its way. It's talking about a healing that's coming, a lifting, and a dissolving of any depression or sadness. I felt this myself. You know, it's like I said, it's the darkest before the dawn. You go through this dark night of the soul. And what's promised to come is a bringing of sensual bliss. Think about the sensual bliss. This is the sexual energy that's reawakening in you. So this is the gift that's coming. This is the golden gift that she's holding up. It's coming, and it's going to calm any frustrations or any anger that we may have felt towards others who may have hurt us, or towards ourselves, frustration. They talk about emotions stabilizing and running fresh and pure. They talk about any stagnant water or sitting around. That's about to leave you, and it's going to be replaced with clear waters. And waters, that's emotion. So any stagnant water, anything that's been muddled, anything that you haven't been understanding and that hasn't been clear is going to be cleared up. And you're going to now have clear water, clear emotional waters running. They talk about communications that are going to be clear communication. So you're getting communication from spirit, and you're going to be understanding it better. So it's talking about healing modalities that are going to come to work within your energy. So you may be having more gifts open up, or understanding of the gifts that you have already. They're telling you to wear gold. Notice you have gold here. Now, I don't wear gold, but as I told you before, I have this sitting here. I thought about wearing it. I should probably put it on today. This gold energy, but they speak about, you can put this in circuit. You know, I've told people before, if you want to put something in circuit, you can take it and you rub it over your third eye and you say gold in circuit. So it's now, you've taken the energy of the gold into yourself. Or you can wear it, but whatever it is, holding it and work with the gold energy. And it's going to amplify the message of what we're getting right now. It'll increase it. So they say that this is the deer queen, and it's interesting. We've had so much about the deer. I've had so much about deer totem. Deer totem speaks about walking gentle on your path. Be careful, you know, you might be coming out of a difficult time and not sure where to put your feet. And so that's the deer totem. Walk gently on your path. It also says, don't mistake a gentle or quiet person for a weak person. So the deer totem has definitely come forward. She's gentle, but her power is enormous. And the transformation that comes from when this being comes to you is she is the shapeshifter as well. There's shape-shifting going on. We've been getting that a lot lately with the crow and the raven, that there's shape-shifting going on. Things are not as they appear, and things are moving into a different energy. And they're talking about empathy with in a gentle way, with nature. You know, anytime with as you got, she's here represented as the deer. So it speaks about, you know, working with nature, forms of nature to allow your this power to be integrated and work through you. It talks about using your feminine power, a return of sexual feelings and of sensuality. We spoke about that a moment ago, the return about, you know, feeling like you're a sexual being and using it. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with expressing it. There's so much brokenness. So there's so many people, like I said, that have, you know, ones who may have suffered of sexual abuse in the past. I've had sexual abuse. My whole family, every woman in my family was abused sexually. And it could be something that can be devastating, and it can destroy your life if you allow it. Or you can be strong and you can move forward from it. So what it's doing is it's going to be maybe bringing up these issues that you haven't dealt with, so that you have to deal with it and move forward. It's about loving your body. It's about feeling free to sexually express yourself. I never was. I was always taught that it was, you know, this is dirty, that's dirty. There were so many things that I felt were wrong. I didn't know. I'm going to say it right now, so get ready for it. Masturbating. A lot of Christian people feel that it's wrong to do that. But when you're single and you're alone, there's nothing wrong with expressing your feelings with your body and knowing your body. You have to know your body in order for someone else to be able to bring you pleasure. You need to know how to work it yourself. I never did that. I wasn't aware. I had no clue. There were so many things that I have had to learn. So many doctrines and so many laws and rules put upon us that telling us that things are bad, things are wrong, that we've had to work through and release and recognize that there's nothing wrong with this. Not only is there nothing wrong with this, it's very powerful to use this, because this sexual energy is what brings us back to our power. So I'm going to leave it with that. I do realize that is probably going to be something that some people don't want to talk about, and they don't want to hear, and they don't like it, and they don't agree with it, and that's fine. I'm in my power, and this is where I'm speaking from, and I'm embracing my sexuality. And I am opening myself up to things that I never experienced before, and that's what I meant to do. So if you have a different viewpoint, like I said, that's your deal. The next message we have, into the woods. A stranger in a strange land. New experiences, feeling uncertain. So this is where we might be at right now, because the things that are coming to us. It's a time to move forward beyond you know, what we were familiar with. She looks a little trepidatious. She's in a forest. Now, of course, I would be at home in the forest. That's where I grew up, and I love it. But she's alone in this forest, and this is new for her. So what they're saying is it might be time, not necessarily it might be, it is time for you to move beyond your shelter. Fly a little bit higher from home. Home meaning what was familiar to you. It doesn't necessarily, this could mean a physical move for people, but it's a symbolic message. You know, remember, we have to think about these messages that we get from Spirit and their symbolic meaning. So it speaks about home is what is familiar to you and what you knew and what you grew up with and what you've been working with all this time. So now you're awakening to something different. And they're saying now it's a time. You're going to be going past that. Fly a little higher. Take a chance. Take a risk. Go where things might feel strange or uncomfortable for a time. But you're going to grow and you're going to change and you're going to become stronger as the result of it. This goes along with last week, how we spoke about, remember, and the week before, how there's somebody who has been working and pleasing others in their lives instead of themselves, not following their own heart, not following what they want, not following what their path is and what their soul has been calling to them. They've been, you know, maybe dealing with family, or they've been dealing with a boss, or they've been dealing with religious beliefs, and they're not. I'm trying to get where you guys don't see this reflection. It's driving me crazy. But it's to work past. There we go. To work past this limiting belief of who you really are. So it's time to step beyond these boundaries and realize that there are other viewpoints. It isn't always just what your parents have taught you or what your pastor has taught you. It isn't, we are not to be limited by other beings. We are to be open to what Spirit is bringing to us, into our lives, and look at and then make the choices for ourselves. So this is the time for you to step into your personal power. Remember that you are a spiritual being and you are on this path and you are growing and learning. And there are places that you have to walk through and you have to be exposed to them. They're going to be challenging, but you need to take this walk. There's no turning back at this time. This is a time of growth, and great rewards are going to follow. And they're promising you rewards are going to come from you being courageous and doing this, because clearly stepping outside of our comfort zone is not easy for us, is it? It's something it's scary because we don't know it. Anything that we don't know is scary. It's the same thing as like what I do. My own son doesn't speak to me. I'll tell you right now, because people probably wonder why I haven't got pictures of me with my grandson. Like I said, I was raised one of Jehovah's Witnesses, and I raised my son one of Jehovah's Witnesses. And he doesn't believe in what I believe in. He is afraid of it. He doesn't understand it. And I get that. But because of that, he's cut me out of his life. And so some of us may have to have this happen, where people in our lives, he believes he's doing the same thing. He believes he's standing in his power and his belief, and he has to cut away from his life the ones who don't align with that. And that is his path. And I love him and I respect him. But I'm doing the same, and you need to do the same as well. It's about all of us living our own personal paths, stepping into our own power, taking a look at everything out there, and then making our choices and making the decisions. So that's that message. The next message, we've had this one before. It's called the gift, a present, an offer, nurturance, growth, potential. You see this beautiful fairy, and you see this little guy, this cute little guy, but he looks a little nervous. And it talks about that this shy little gnome is offering this maiden a gift. Love, friendship, some kind of magic, whatever it is. Will she accept it? Because if she does, there's going to be many benefits that come to her. So what they're saying is a gift which has to do with your well-being, your health, your transformation. There's someone, remember, that's coming into your life. A proposal that's going to help you change your life. It's small, and maybe it won't be grand or glittery, but it's going to have huge effects and benefits to this. They're talking about working with earthly elements, you know, working outside, as we said, with the land. There's a peaceful resolution that's going to be coming. A time when little issues, we've allowed little issues to grow ridiculously large, and this is going to help bring a resolution to these issues. So think about, remember, as I told you, we're supposed to be thinking about everything in symbolic terms as well. They talk about a de-escalation of disagreements. And it's coming through your tenacity or your focus or your strength and your courage and your thorough research. It's coming from your goddess panther energy that's trying to awaken in you, male or female. This if you allow this to come in, you're going to have this gift that's going to help you. There's somebody's coming into your life. It could be in a spirit form. It could be in a physical form, but there's somebody coming into your life that's going to help you grow. And you can also recognize that it's just a time when this energy may be in your life where peaceful resolution comes to disagreements or arguments. It talks about taking your ideas and converting them into practical knowledge and practical uses. So all of the things that we spoke about before, the things that we have learned and the things that we have now had come to our knowledge, things that are different now for us. We're supposed to be integrating this, and this person or this spirit energy is going to come to you, and it's going to help you work with this. It's going to help you transmute and integrate this into your life. So that's that message. Our next message, the Midnight Prince. Interesting, I watched a show last night, and it was called it was called The Knight of Cups. It makes me think of this. It says, ask for what you want and be honest. So what it's saying, he's a wish granter. He's going to look into your eyes and he's going to look into your heart, because what it is that is in there that you want, what is it? Ask yourself truly, what do you want? Because he's going to bring it to you. He's the wish granter, but you have to believe him. You have to, before you see him and you meet him, you have to be honest with yourself and truly ask yourself, what is it? Examine yourself from the depths of your being and your heart. What is it that you want? Don't try and hide who you are. Don't try and hide your brokenness. Just be who you really are and ask for truly what it is that you want. It talks about every thought. Every thought that we have is on our way to receiving if we truly believe it and we ask for it. There's nothing wrong with asking for what we want and focusing. They say make sure to focus on what it is that you want. Focus your thoughts, your attentions, your actions, your emotions onto what it is and bring it into alignment. Bring it into alignment with who you are. We talk about what you think about is what you bring about. We also talk about don't say, you stop saying, I shouldn't even say the word, don't. Self-limiting and beliefs or negative words that dilute the manifestation of what it is that you're asking for. You're wanting something in your heart, and then you put limitations on it or blocks up yourself by saying doubtful words or by saying negative things that will stop you from having your own power to manifest this, bring this into your life, because we are doing this. We are manifesting in our lives. So the thing is to be honest about what it is that you want. There's no penalty for asking truly for what it is that you want. There's nothing to hide, and there's no need to disguise who you are. They're telling you to step into your power and ask and allow it to be granted. So those are the messages that we have today. And interesting, as I finish, it looks like the sun is starting to come out. I told you I was going to walk around and I was going to show you some things. It's interesting. The Black Panther. There she is. Interesting, I always thought she was him. So my twin soul and I, we both are the Black Panther, stepping in. The lion energy, stepping into your courage and embracing who you truly are. Do you know this Christmas tree? I didn't have a tree. I was by myself. And I thought, there's no point in having a tree just for me, and I wasn't going to do it. I thought, what's the point of having just a tree just for my own self? And then I thought, I'll do it. My daughter said, go ahead and do it, Mom. So I got it. And I put this little tree up, and I love it. And every time I turn it on, I think, I love this tree. And I did it for myself. I didn't do it for somebody else. I did it for me. And I remember I talked about this guiding, this little reindeer. There's one reindeer in my herd, only one, with a bright light shining and leading the way. And I recognized that it's me. I'm the one who has to lead my way. We've got Archangel Michael, his wings here. I've got the eye of the tiger, a fighter dancing through the fire because I'm a champion, and you're going to hear me roar louder than a lion. This is what we need to do, step into our own power. It isn't just a woman thing, it's the men too. Step into who you really are, claim who you are. Who is your best friend, Sherry? Me, the dog, representing love, loyalty, friendship, unconditional love. We need to have this love for ourselves. For ourselves. There's my cats. And we see Bastet, the goddess, the cat goddess, with her lion next to her. But notice she's got a sword. Look at her sword. And then here we have Anubis, the god of rebirth. This is where we're at. And notice this came into my life. Things will come into your life and you won't understand. This came in a couple years ago. And there she is too, the Sphinx. And the seeing eye, the third eye, the pineal gland. Open up your third eye, Sherry. Figure out who you are. Something my son made when he was in kindergarten. It's Anubis, god of rebirth. My son, funny. And then here. That's it. But she's a Black Panther. That's who I was. All of these messengers that have come to me, all of the different birds, they speak about us coming into our power. Every time I've gotten a special bird, we've got the owl, we've got the red hawk, we've got the raven, I've got that one was amazing. The whooping crane. And there's so many. The sparrow, I've got the dove. There's so many. All of these things in my room. This is the road less traveled. This is the road that we need to take. The road less traveled. Our path. Love is patient, love is kind. Miracles happen. Yes, they do. The dream catcher. All of the things in my life, they mean something. And I've collected them over this time, not understanding fully the meaning of them. Ganesh, the obstacle remover. The tiger. The wise one, the ancient ones. The pine cone, which resembles the pineal gland. And then the third eye. Again, the whooping crane and then the heart. I put this. Who is this heart? This is my heart. It's about loving myself. All of these things. The blue jay is about the speaker. Be careful how you speak. Use your speech wisely to help and heal. That's what I do. There's so much. The owl. See past the illusion. The illusion is that we are not as powerful as we really are. There's Archangel Michael standing there guarding and helping. He is a helper. He is an aid. But we are also spiritual beings, and we need to recognize this that we have this power as well. There's nothing wrong with being powerful. There's nothing wrong with being who we are. We're going to come outside. Peaceful warriors. Everywhere I look, I've got the lion. I've got the lion down here. Energy, plants, nature. Get close to it. This is my religion. My religion is kindness. I bought that from my mother, and when she died, I got it back again in the Happy Buddha. And there again, my daughter made this for me. And there's a line, and it says wisdom. 222. Everything happening as it's meant. There's so much that angels are here to protect us. They're here to guide us. They're here to help us. But they're here to help us shine. This is what I look at. This is what I think of. The owl. I didn't know when I got it why did I need this owl, the snowy owl. Look up the snowy owl, people. Look up the totem and the meaning of the snowy owl. The owl sees past the illusion, past through deception, through lies, through to the truth. And the lies are how we've lied to ourselves about who we are and that we deserve to have everything that we wish to have. We deserve it. That's our right. It's our power. It's our strength. It's who we are. It's beautiful outside here. I don't know. Let's see if we can see anybody else as far as our animal totems. See anybody comes up? It's funny that I was meant to stay here today. This is what I look at, though. The hummingbird. We don't have, now you can't see it. It's too little. But the hummingbird talks about accomplishing what is impossible, what we might think is impossible. We have the ability to accomplish everything and do everything and have everything for ourselves. These wind chimes are a reminder. Anytime the wind chimes blow, I'm reminded of the wind. I'm reminded of nature. I'm reminded of my connection to where I came from. This isn't where I came from. I didn't come from this place. I came from there, and so did you. And so it's all about embracing your power and stepping into who you truly are and being who you are without having any fear or without having any shame. So that's it. It was it's a very passionate thing. I'm a very passionate person. And that's another message with the Panther. The Panther is all about passion and stepping into your passion and using that power creatively and constructively to help yourself and to help others. But help yourself first. You can't help anyone else until you help yourself. So I'm going to leave it at that. I'm going to remind you that it's this Tuesday at 5:55. So that's the 5th. I'm doing the Healing Heart workshop online. If you want to be two ravens, magic and miracles. I don't know if you saw them, but if you'd like to join us, you could go to my website, www.thewhispersofangels.com, and let me know. Sign up and get yourself a spot. I'm still trying to figure out which website we're going to use, but I'll have it wired, and whoever the people that I've already got, I'll be in contact with you and let you know which way we're going to do it. So it's going to be really fun, but it's very powerful too, and it's great for me to do it after having this epiphany with the Black Panther. And I want to thank my friend Keisha, because I woke up this morning and I was in a completely different place. And I said to her, yeah, I'll probably go outside and I'll do my reading, I'll connect with nature, and it'll change my whole perspective again. It'll be one more day. And then I went back to sleep and I had a dream. And in the dream, I was shown so many things. My dreams are just amazing. And when I woke up, she had sent me a picture that I have on my banner of my Facebook page of the woman with the Black Panther. And I looked at it and I knew that's who I'm supposed to speak on. And as I started to research and do my work and think about all of the messages coming from Black Panther, it completely shifted my perspective again and brought me back into my power and recognizing this is where I'm at. It's about waking up and remembering who you are and stepping into your power and making your life be what it is that you want for yourself, and having no fear of stepping into your power, no shame in being a powerful woman. I'm done with she says, be careful, men will look at you as cool or aloof, or men have been threatened by me my whole life and I don't understand it. I have I don't want to lead anyone. I don't want to be, strong, powerful people don't need to control other people. We're in our own personal power. We're supposed to use our feminine energy and lead others in a way of teaching, in a way of nurturing, in a way of loving. It has nothing to do with taking away someone else's power. We're supposed to take the lead in showing you how to step into your power and embrace it. So here I go again up at the Black Panther. I'm all fired up about it. So the Healing Heart workshop that we're going to do is all about bringing healing to ourselves, and thus we can. Well, you know what? You'll have to find out if you get into it. But you can use it for yourself. You can use it for loved ones in your life. You can use it for your work. You can use it in many, many ways. But the whole purpose of the Healing Heart is to get yourself strong enough so that you can vibrate and draw to you what is in your highest good, and so that you can move it out and heal this planet, because this planet is going to be healed by everybody being on a high vibration. And we need to be vibrating at a highest level, highest frequency. So this is going to be helping, tools to help you do this. So if you'd like to do that, my website. I'm on Twitter, I'm on LinkedIn, I'm on Google+, I'm on Facebook under Sherry Columbus and Sherry Angels Whisper and Angels Whisper Sherry Columbus. I'm on YouTube where all of these videos go. If you would like to subscribe to YouTube, you'll be given notification when these videos are done. And I think that's it. So I hope that you enjoyed this. I really did. It was wonderful. And as I said again, Keisha Williams, I love you. Thank you for being there for me and for being the shot in the arm that I needed this morning to remind me again. Thank you again. And I love you all, and I send you blessings, and have a very, very wonderful day. We'll speak again soon. Bye.